Hi, everyone. So actually, I'm here to talk to you about what we have been doing at Kodo Assets and basically what I believe that's going to be a great trend on the crypto market for the remaining years. So when we talk about Bitcoin and the type of technology that it brought to us, we are talking about decentralization. We are talking about public blockchain that is decentralized and that nobody has a say on it. Nobody is able to change it, and because of it, we are able to build, to use that as infrastructure to build actually decentralized solutions, right? So that was actually the main aspect when it comes to building a new type of web, which is the Web 3.0 that you all must have heard about. And that's the layer of infrastructure that has actually been developed over the years that past the creation of Bitcoin. That has been created with Ethereum. It has been created also with some other smart contracts protocols like Helena, like the Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, and so on and so on. So what they all have been trying to do is, to provide us a set of infrastructure so we can build on the top of it some types of decentralized solutions, right? When it comes to business models, when it comes to Web 2.0, which we are now really used to, we have seen business evolve, right? So I'm going to give an example about the real estate market, which is the market that we have been focusing at Kodo. So the real estate market, we have been used to, buying the land, building up on the top of it, and then selling the units, the property units to whoever wants to purchase them, and that's it. That has been done so for at least 100 years, 200 years. I don't know. It's a really traditional market, right? So when the new web, the Web 2.0 was here, of course that whoever was developing real estate projects wanted to, have this some type of online presence. And the way they found out to do so was, of course, to have a website and to have their units, pictures there. Maybe with, as technology was developed, also give some type of, immersive experience to the user so they could know how the building would look like when it was actually built, and they could have a good perspective on what was actually being sold. So that's the current state of real estate market right now, and that's actually the current state of most markets that have an online presence right now. When we are talking about the Web 3.0, we are talking about decentralization. We are talking about services and users being plugged directly without the need of any intermediaries, right? And when you take a look at the real estate market specifically, and as my example, you will realize that we have a lot of intermediaries. We have the brokers, we have the government, and all of them are actually paid high fees to be there. And because of that, the experience that we have is not the best experience of purchasing and selling a real estate, and also the costs are really, really, really high, right? We are tokenizing real estate in Brazil right now, and I can tell you it's about 11% only intermediation costs. When we want to try to bring that type of market to the Web 3.0, what we are actually trying to do is take off all those intermediaries, taking the property and linking it directly to the users, to whoever wants to purchase them as an investment or for usage or for any types of and any means that this person wants, okay? So when we talk about tokenization, that's specifically the type of solution that we have been proposing on the real estate market with Kodo. And basically, the type of solution that I have been seeing in many markets that have such a structure, such an intermediation structure that makes it so costly and so ineffective for some reason. Okay, so at Kodo, I can give you an example on what we are doing, and you can realize what the benefits are, and of course, why we see tokenization as being the future. So we took a commercial property. We wanted to start really small, okay? So we took a commercial property of 3.5 million US dollars, which is not much. Actually considering the crypto space and the project financing that has been going on here, we are talking about a really tiny project financing. We took this commercial unit and we divided into 25,000 tokens. And those tokens, of course, will be sold for 140 US dollars each to, I don't know, up to 25,000 people. And all of them will be entitled to receive whatever they would receive if they were investing in the actual real estate. But they don't need to go to Brazil to do so. They don't need to fulfill like all the paperwork, go through all the bureaucracy. They will actually have access to a market that they didn't have before. And we are also fractioning the property, so they will have the size of the ticket is much smaller, right? So for 140 US dollars, they will be able to have some type of exposure to the Brazilian real estate market. And we want to be able to do so properly. We want to be able to do so 100 times. So what we have decided to do is to create a platform for doing that, which is regulated. And by doing so, of course, we do need to go through a lot of paperwork ourselves, but we are able to offer to people something that they can actually trust, because it's a regulated token, so it's a security token. We are not trying to disguise it as an utility token or some type of club or benefits, as many projects have been doing. And we are actually bringing the real estate to crypto and crypto to the real estate in a way that we are able to provide a Web 3.0 experience in this type of market. So this is the example that I'm bringing to all of you about Kodo Assets, because I think that this is actually something that can change the real estate market drastically. If you realize that, I'm talking about Brazil because I'm from there, and I know all the inefficiencies about the country. I know how cheap real estate is if compared to similar cities. If you compare Sao Paulo, which is the financial center of the whole Latin America, to other cities, you realize how cheap that is. But I know that because I'm there. And I know that Sao Paulo is not anything like you all must imagine, because I'm there, right? But of course, there are some inefficiencies like that all over the world. And if you take a closer look at some other cities, you realize that those types of tokenization process could also help to change local markets by giving global exposure to those types of assets to global investors that want to take the risk, that want to, of course, to be able to expose their investments to such a risk and, of course, to such a return, right? So I'm talking about the real estate market here because that's a really traditional one, and that's the one that we have at Kodo. But we could be talking about any types of markets. We could be talking about financing agriculture, for instance. Instead of someone who is, I don't know, planting soy, going to the bank and asking for a loan to be able to finance their production, and of course paying the bank with huge interest after some time, after the crop is actually done. Instead of doing so, what this person could do is actually tokenize that crop, that future crop, and offering it to people that would actually be able to finance the project, be able to finance whatever this production needs in order to happen, and also get the benefits from it. And this is only possible through tokenization, and this is only possible through blockchain, right? So I have to finish it up. So I could give you like lots and lots of examples of how disruptive this could be to most markets. But when we take a look and we consider Web 3.0 to be our goal, my greatest advice to all of you is to rethink every market that currently exists and how could we use blockchain to remove the intermediaries that there are in such markets in order to make them more efficient, in order to make them cost less, and of course, be better to society in general. This is what we have been doing with Kodo, but of course, this is not exclusive to real estate. This can actually be applied to lots and lots and lots of markets. And the way I see it, that's what's going to happen, right? I believe that in the near future, when we are talking about crypto assets, we will no longer be talking only about infrastructure tokens. And by infrastructure tokens, I mean Bitcoin, I mean Ethereum, I mean Avalanche, I mean Solana. These are pure technology tokens, and of course, they have some usage, they have some utility, but those are like kind of licenses actually that you need in order to be able to use the protocol. Those are not actually applications. Actually, what I think that's going to happen more and more from now on is that we are going to see the actual applications being built on the top of those protocols, and those applications, from a business perspective, are going to be the ones that we have proposed, for instance, for real estate. What we are probably going to see is that markets are going to be disrupted by these types of technologies more and more and more from now on. I come from Brazil. I have been to many countries for 10 years, analyzing, studying, researching this market. And all I can say is that I'm really, really excited about us getting to the application stage of the Web 3.0 implementation all over the world. I don't think that crypto will be an issue for people to discuss, and I think that will be almost effortless for people to use crypto, because they will not be knowing that they are using crypto to access certain services, for instance. And that's going to make it actually go broad and mainstream. Basically, that's what I think that's been going on, and that's what I think that will be the future in the crypto market. Thank you.